We probably yapped for way too long. Wait, is this a Rivals equivalent of Cass in the training range? It is. All right, this tweet came out a little while ago, and it says, Dear Rivals, since the launch of Season 2.0, we've been keeping an eye on our community feedback, especially around balance changes and class performance and ranked play. And we wanted to take a moment to chat and clear things up. Full details here. Thank you so much for your ongoing feedback. We're here to help, so don't hesitate to reach out to support if you need anything. Stay sharp, Rivals, and keep fueling the fight. It links to this. Dev Talk, Volume 13, Seasonal Balance and Competitive Performance. Hey, Rivals. With the launch of Season 2.0, we've been closely monitoring the game's environment and feedback from the community. Lately, we've noticed two hot topics generating a lot of discussion: the impact of balance adjustments and the performance ratings of various classes in ranked play. As such, we want to take a moment to clarify and communicate about these 2 points. Number 1, season changes and mid-season balance adjustments. In previous seasons, the focus was on key abilities and energy management for ultimate abilities, resulting in a more stable combat pace. However, Season 2.0 shifts the spotlight to coordinated attacks and focused targets, along with the necessary collective protective strategies and counterattacks, which led to a more intense combat rhythm. Let me translate this because this is kind of all over the place. It's gone from slow-paced double shield slash like solid comps with ults that save from other ults to hyper dive death brawl, right? And I know you might say, how the hell do you have dive death brawl? Good news, that's just Rivals. So this is like Captain America, Iron Fist, just all into your backline as fast as they possibly can. In the lower ranks, like apparently mostly in the lower ranks, Spider-Man's extremely strong. In mine, you see him every once in a while. Like, you see him a good amount, but he's just not like that scary 95% of the time. But he is very playable. Venom. And then also, like, the supports that are strong, like Rocket, you kind of just, like, run for your life. You don't really fight back that much. And Luna, you kind of have one button. You have your snowball. And then if you don't hit the snowball, you're kind of cooked. Or you have Loki. Loki's actually pretty damn good, though. But Loki's very difficult to play. So the supports end up being the ones who get run down a lot. And the DPS kind of feast, you know? So it feels like you kind of have not much to do. And so what they mean by intense what's it called? Coordinated attacks is mostly coordinated attacks on supports. In this fierce environment, strategists face increased pressure, needing to monitor teammates' health closely while carefully using their key abilities and being mindful of their positioning on the map. Meanwhile, vanguards and duelists must not only attack effectively, but also provide better protection for their strategists to achieve victory. Basically playing dive, but also playing counter dive. A lot of people know how to attack, but not defend. In the upcoming patch, we will enhance the damage capabilities of certain strategists to elevate their threat levels, which in turn will increase team composition possibilities. Oh, so they're buffing damage for supports. Interesting. Okay. Additionally, we will make minor adjustments to a few heroes. For example, Groot and Captain America will receive slight reductions in survivability. So Groot nerf and Captain America nerf. Spider-Man's amazing combo damage range will be slightly decreased, so Spider-Man nerf. Doctor Strange will require less energy for his ultimate, so Strange buff. And Winter Soldier's tinted voltage and team-up ability will be slightly buffed. So Winter Soldier buff. So here's the thing. Might be a bit controversial. I think the team up abilities where it requires two teammates to hit the same button to do one combo kind of suck. Can you guys tell me one combo that works or is good? Where like both teammates have to hit a button to make the combo work. Wolf Throw. Is Wolf Throw actually good? Team Captain, make it work. So if your only example to me is the arguably best Wolverine player on the planet, probably playing with somebody who and also does it. Storm and Torch? That's not, what the f are you guys talking about? That they both have their ultimates go off and then they run into each other and it goes off. That's not how that works. What are you guys talking about? They don't have to both hit like C and then the C combines mid-fight. It's not the same thing. The Groot shoulder ones? Yeah, how often do you actually see that being used though? Not really. Because like your Groot's getting rolled, your support's probably dead on their shoulders. So like, not really good. It's not really good. Point is, it's not really good. I only see it in quick play because it's funny. It's fun. Like, I'm not saying to take away the fun aspect. I'm telling you, they're just not very strong abilities. So if you buff those abilities, they're not really that good. You know what I mean? Like for fun, sure, absolutely. The fun and goofiness, great. I like it for the fun and the goofiness, but that's not where I'd put extra power. Does that make sense? I don't know if does that make sense now? It's not like take it away. I'm just saying like if you're trying to make a character better, like buffing it isn't gonna do shit. It actually, if anything, probably makes it more frustrating because like the reason why it would make it more frustrating is because it's already a difficult thing to pull off and it's not really that effective when it happens, is if you put more power in it, if the other team, which is the way people think, the other team is doing it really well, and then you try to get your team to do it, and they're not good at it, and you don't have the synergy, people get pissed off at each other much faster. I'm cool with like, oh, I pick character to give you new ability, but like if you both have to work together mid-game hitting the same ability to make it work like together, and one is actually getting the benefit and the other one really isn't, for example, with like Hulk/Thing throwing Wolverine gets the big benefit. They don't get the benefit. They're just the fucking delivery system. Bucky can use it without Cap. He can actually, can he? I forgot about that because I've always been the Captain America in it. But doesn't it not work the same way though? It's just an escape tool. Yeah, you don't get the slow, which is like the big power. It does damage, but it doesn't slow. The slow is the power. It's basically Things E. It provides damage reduction? No, so it's not Things E. Things E is power is because it gives damage reduction. It's not the movement. You're getting it twisted. The movement's a bonus. The movement's a bonus. Let's continue anyways, shall we? Since this is mid-season balance adjustments, we aim to be cautious, keeping changes minimal to enhance the experience of certain heroes without drastically altering the overall meta. As we move into Season 2.5, with Ultron's arrival and the new team-up ability adjustments, we consider broader, more comprehensive balance changes. So when is this coming out then? This is as we move into Season 2.5. Is that in the next section maybe? Okay, let's continue. Maybe it's next week. Competitive performance points. This is the big one. Between now and Season 2.5. Oh, so we actually don't know. So it's between now and Season 2.5, so mid-season. And mid-season is end of May, so it could be soon, it could be next week, it could be tomorrow, it could be 2 weeks from now. We don't know. Okay. Competitive performance points. This is the big one. In each match, hero performance rating is calculated based on the average key combat data for that hero at the player's current rank. So I'm gonna read that again. Hero performance rating is calculated based on the average key combat data for that hero at a player's current rank. Oh my God. It's worse than I thought. That is not a good thing. Some of you guys might think it's a good thing. No, it's not. You know why it's not a good thing? Surprise, you do rank resets. And don't forget, I mean, it might change now because it's been a couple days since I played because I was playing the new Overwatch season. GM was top 500 for the last week, which means that as the curve starts to move up and new people start to move in, how is that average being calculated? Is that average based on the entire season? Is it changing every day? Is it changing every week? Right? Because the top 500 players on average probably did way more damage in that rank. And they're going to keep the average pretty high. And as new people move in, the average will slowly come down, but you just need more and more people to keep playing in that rank and keep pulling it down. And so you're going to get less points for a while. Holy shit, that is scary. Okay. This is what, listen, you want the answer, we'll answer. You guys are fucking babies. I'm not saying you guys, but I'm saying like the community that was asking for competitive, like competitive points, like it's a rank system that rewards you based on individual skill as opposed to winning and losing as a team. You guys are babies. No offense. Like I'm cool with some small points adjustments. Like if I pop the fuck off, instead of giving me plus 25, give me plus 27. I'm happy. If I played like shit and I lost the game, give me minus 23 as opposed to minus 25. Good change. Wildly changing it where like you get more than double. Absolutely cooked because you win and lose in these games as a team. Every role is important. DPS is important. Tank is important. Support is important. Anyone who tells you otherwise is just being either they don't know what they're talking about or is a little bit biased about it because every role requires the other roles to work. They have to do well. And before someone says something about goats, The reason why GOATs even existed in Overwatch was because Brig, and Brig was all 3 in 1. Brig was all 3 roles in 1 and AoE heals, so you didn't need anything else. You had enough damage to make up for the DPS. This game doesn't have that yet. That's it. The more a hero's key combat data exceeds the baseline for their rank during the match, the better their performance rating. Again, basing it off of numbers is so spooky, because that's not how you should be playing. If I play a game, right, like let's say, for example, I use the extreme example of if I have a couple clip farming stream snipers on the other team that only want to kill me, right, and they're trying to do it in dumb ways like pulling me off the map on Spider-Man or do whatever, I realize that my value is playing a little bit safer to make sure that my teammates play the game well. I support them, right? I support them, and I kind of bait them a little bit as opposed to trying to be the hard carry. I will get absolutely fucked on, even though I did the correct thing to win the game. Is that how it should work? No. And vice versa for poor performance. Of course, these stats are adjusted based on hero usage time to ensure they aren't skewed by play time. If a player uses multiple heroes in a match, performance rating will be weighed according to their usage time. Okay, so that could even be worse, because like let's say you were playing DPS and someone asks you to play support instead. You're doing okay on DPS and then you swap to support and then you quote unquote underperform based on the numbers, but you win the game because you swapped. You're gonna get on points because your average numbers are less. So like this encourages you to never swap, because you could, if you play a role you're not as good at, your averages are probably going to be lower numbers wise. So like, why not just, you always want to play the thing you're best at. We noticed that compared to previous seasons, a small number of duelists have a slight advantage in performance ratings in season 2.0, while some vanguards and strategists face a slight disadvantage. However, most heroes remain balanced. In the upcoming patch, we will optimize the performance rating calculations based on the latest data to ensure fairness across all heroes. So wait, I'm going to optimize performance rating calculations based on the latest data. What does that mean? That's so vague, I don't know what that means. That could mean anything. So does that mean the ones that are slightly like advantageous will be pushed down and they won't get as many points? Or the ones that are on the lower end are going to get pushed up? Again, people like to know if they suck, why they suck, and if they're good, why they're good. This reminds me of Overwatch 2's original launch system in a way, where they wouldn't tell you what your rank was until you won 7 games or lost 20, because it was like trying to like keep it a bit of a mystery. But in this, it kind of keeps it a bit of a mystery of like which character you should play or which role you should play to optimize the most points, right? Like, obviously they don't want players to realize if you play Spider-Man and get 40 limbs in a game, but die 30 times, but you get the most amount of points for that, right? Like, they don't want you to know that. They want that to be a secret, right? They don't want that to be something that's known. That worries me, because it sounds like they're trying to stick with the same system, but fix the ones that are already been discovered to be better or to win more points, but the system would still exist. Let's finish it off. Balancing the game and rank adjustments is a challenging endeavor, and we can't guarantee perfection 100% of the time. However, we remain humble and attentive, striving to address issues promptly and enhance your experience. Stay tuned for the official patch notes announcement for more updates. Thank you for support and patience. I will give them credit for responding so quickly. You got to give them credit on that department. You know, this thing is kind of blown up much bigger than I think a lot of people expected. But also at the same time, I think I was playing a few days ago and I was in just support jail every game. It was fucking miserable. If I'd win the game, I'd get 15 points. If I'd lose the game, I'd lose 25. Then I'd play tank, and if I played Hulk, I got fucking nothing because I'm not farming stats. If I played Magneto, I'd get like 30 points. But you can't play Magneto every game. Sometimes you play other stuff, and it was just dumb. It's just stupid. And I don't think that's changing. It doesn't look like it. It looks like they're adjusting it a little bit better, and boosting up some of the lower ones and giving support more power, which is good. It'll definitely make support more impactful and won't feel like you're getting rolled as much. But the competitive system definitely seems like a big uh-oh. We'll see. I'm willing to let them cook. I'm always willing to let them cook. But at least in my humble opinion, team-based games are a game you win and die as a team. Yeah, let's say you played Hela and you were doing well, but you really needed a triple support because triple support was strong, and you swapped from Hela to play fucking Mantis to enable the triple support, and you're not a great Mantis player, but like you have aim, and so all you did is you just damage boost everybody around you and just hit shots, and you win the game because of that. But the system will look at it and go, yeah, your numbers though, your damage numbers were about average, but your healing numbers were really low, and your ults didn't get a whole lot of healing either, or a lot of support value. You're gonna get a lot less points. I think is stupid. Performance-based rewards in hero shooters does not work. The people who asked for this, other than asking for an extra 2 or 3 points, like we're talking extreme version, are people that just unfortunately have not played hero shooters for a very long time. And I'm gonna take it a step further. I didn't make the video, kind of wish I did now. I almost made a video back in January that basically was gonna be Rivals players yearn for Overwatch because all they're asking for is all these Overwatch changes. And there you have I have like an encyclopedia of knowledge of all this shit. And I can tell you which ones work and which ones don't. And that's one of the ones that doesn't. You can have a performance-based ranking system. You can do it. But make it give like 2, 3, 4 extra points for a big dub. And you lose 2, 3, 4 points for a big loss. Otherwise, it's about the same. Because once you really skew it in one direction or the other, you throw everyone into chaos. You no longer work as a team. You work to be selfish. You play for stats. Stats don't matter. The only stat that matters in this game is the win and loss category. It's the same reason why people have done unranked to GMs or unranked to Eternity or whatever for years. If you are good, you will climb. It just might take a while. Granted, there's other things at play in this game with stacking and team, like there's like other things that are also at play. We can fix those as we go, but the actual bottom line is that deaths kind of matter. Okay, you want to get into nuance, of course, but like at the end of the day, you could go finish a game with 0 deaths. If you lost, it's still you still fucking lost, right? Like it used to happen in Overwatch. There was Mercy players specifically loved to keep their death stat low, and so you would sometimes have those Mercy players that would bolt out of a fight if it looked bad to keep their 0 death stat. And you know what? Their stats look fucking clean. You know what didn't look clean? Their win-loss stat. So like, you're right, but that's not the point I was trying to make. Anyways, though, I'm optimistic that that these are good changes. The balance changes look good. I'm very worried though about the competitive changes. It is what it is, though. We'll have to see how it goes.